Okay, so this month, this December, may be the final time I ever get to use this channel because of all the stuff that's happening with YouTube. I still do want to release the project, of course, though, because well, I spent ages working on it, especially the concept album part, which is part 3, which I just write 16 whole pieces. Like, especially that part, I've worked so hard on that, and I don't really want that to go to waste, so that will definitely be they'll definitely be released at some point on some form channel or whatever. In fact, I should actually turn the brightness of my TV screen up. I had to turn it down because of I had to turn it down in Tuesday's live stream because I was recording off my phone for Instagram. But yeah, of course I do want to make the most of and yeah, I'm acknowledging the shared creations. I'll be checking those out once I'm done with the death challenge, which takes place every Tuesday. But today I'm going to start with the winter theme, and then basically I'll just continue it every other Friday from there. So yeah, this should be interesting. For the first time, I actually have the tools I need to live stream myself actually making the winter theme. So let's do it. Okay, first of all we need some instruments. What should we... Should we start with some form of piano? Start with the bright piano. Okay. Now I want to change over to C major because that'll be more suitable for a winter theme, I feel. Shall we just start with the C major 7 arpeggio like that? It sounds like it could work. I'll decide on the octave later. Right now I'll just input in a C major 7 arpeggio. Like that. We'll actually extend, then just copy it over for another bar. Not like how that sounds, but at the speed of 120 beats per minute, maybe if we slow it down slightly to 110 beats per minute. There we go. That sounds nice. But then on this repeat, I'm gonna start bringing in the tunes, so we can. So if we just move all this over to D, and we have to make that F into an F natural, and this into C. And then, of course, I did that so that it fits into the C major scale. And then just take the entire thing and play it on... well, and then just take the entire thing and then play it on G. Because then that will pull us back to C for the next measure. Or the next bar, whatever you want to call it. Oh, that should actually be an F. Natural. And then, of course, it just repeats. Except I'm going to make some adjustments on the next repeat of that. Yeah, it sounds like we could work with it. If we get a guitar sound. There's our guitars. Oh, there it is, there it is. Now, acoustic guitar. Let's use a nylon string. I mean, we can always experiment. Now, it's kind of difficult to play chords like this. So, we'll just put them directly onto the piano roll. Okay, now I want a strumming pattern that goes... like that, and then we actually play the chord. And then from there we can just do G and then an E, like that. Whoa. Okay, that sounds... in fact, I don't know. I mean, the guitar kind of syncs too much with the piano now, so... In fact, let's just play a C major 7 in the guitar. Immediately. And from here we can... play it again, I guess. And then shorten it slightly. And then yeah, that's a decent pattern, I guess. So we can copy that over to the second bar. And shorten the length of that. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Yeah, that sounds fine. That sounds fine. And then if we copy this over, we'll play an F, which is the 4 of C major. That change sounds nice. Let's also align it so that it actually plays on the 8th notes instead of like slightly off. There we go. And then F major 7 will still keep us in the key. And we just get our guitar to change, of course, with that. And it sounds so nice already. And that's great. And then we can play this again. But then the final time, the 4th time that this repeats. What should we do here? Should we go with a 2-5-1? So we have I mean that does sound nice, but I'm wondering if that might be slightly. In fact, yeah, let's go with it. And of course we have to change our guitar to fit with that. And then our G chord, or our G7 chord actually, so that'll put us better, that'll put us back there, back to C better. Anyway, here's what it sounds like right now. Ah, that sounds very nice and Christmassy already. Next up we should add some bass. What is it? 3:27 already? I haven't even made a melody yet. Time flies. I'll probably continue past. Go with this bass sound, because I like it. Now, okay, how should the bass go? Yes. And then for the F, yeah, it's a good pattern. And I mean, it only uses notes from the chords, but still a good pattern. This is definitely too high. It has to be probably at least 1 octave lower than that. At least. Yeah, I figured, because like, I'm probably gonna have to bring it down another octave as well. So yeah, that's essentially what I had. Just 2/8 notes going from C to E back to C. And then 2 tied 8 notes across the beat on the G. And then EC, like that. And that works well. Then of course we just have to adapt it, so that we just have to adapt it for each of the chords, and it's fairly easy to adapt. Just take the entire thing and just bring it up. And then here, of course we need to make some changes, because F sharp is not in C major, so we have to bring that to an F. But if we bring this to G, we'll be fine. So I'm liking how this sounds already. Although my earphones are a bit quiet, so I'm just going to adjust those real quickly. This much should do. Next up we'll just add drums, and then I'll start adding in the melody. Where's our kit? Where's our kit? There's our kit. Let's use the metal drum kit as we usually do. Yeah, that. Whoops. Let's start. Let's just directly put a drum line in. I feel like this is a good enough pattern. Want to play the snare directly on beat 4, like that. That would probably be ideal to do. And then just And then instead of like doing the usual crash, because that might get a bit disruptive for winter or Christmas piece, I'll just play an open hi-hat and then just regular hi-hat strokes from there, which are playing every 8th note, like that. And then if we just bring that back, copy it over, we should get something that sounds like this. Yeah, that sounds nice. It's really sounding. All I've done so far is just programming a few major 7th arpeggios. Major 7 sounds very Christmassy. Okay, okay, let's try a melody line. Yeah, let's use a wind instrument. Whoa, what was that? What on earth is that? That is a rather weird instrument. Oh, that sounds. Oh, let's use a small pan flute. That could work well. Okay, let's think of a melody. That's just me playing upscale. That's not a melody. It could be a melody, actually, if I wanted it to be, but I'm not just gonna do that. Doesn't seem to like sustained notes though, doesn't it? What? What? I don't know, I kind of want an instrument that can do sustained notes. What do we have here? Those are our saxophones. Low whistle, I guess. So we just if we play it on the higher octave, then if we play it around the C5 area. In fact, no, C6 area actually. That will probably work slightly better. In fact, we'll lower it slightly. I mean, I don't know. I'll go with C5 actually. That sounds. That'll probably sound better to the ears. Okay, now. Yeah, we can start with just a C to G like that. And then probably bring in an F here. So yeah, we start with the perfect 5th, then we just descend the scale, stop at E, go over the beat. Then play C and then play B, the leading tone. And then just 2/8 notes, like that. Perfect fifth part. And then just some quarter notes, bringing us down to our B right there. In fact, now I'll change it slightly actually. So yeah, I'll do that instead. That should sound nice. And then we can just copy that over and then just make adaptations over our F chord. So instead of playing an E, I'll play an F. Here, that is. And then we'll just bring that to an E and that to an F. And then the final quarter note will be on D, which will take us back to C here. In fact, I have an even better idea. Instead of playing 8 notes on beat 3, I don't know, I kind of had an idea, but then I don't really know where it's going to go. Oh yeah, that. There. C, F, G, and then B. Okay. That's... yeah, I feel like that would work. In fact, I kind of prefer the idea of it being on an A. Let's take a listen to that. Yeah. And then over the D minor chord, we'll bring that to a... well, that will definitely bring that to a D to fit with that. Then we can... in fact, yeah, it makes more sense if we did this. Leave for perfect fifth, then just go down the scale. And then go to an F and then play a G, because now we have a G7 chord. And then we can play an F to highlight the 7th, and then the final note will be some form of B. I don't know whether we should put on the low octave or high octave, because then the B will pull us back to C again. Let's try it in the high octave. I feel like that sounds like better. Anyway, let's give the whole thing a listen. Yeah, that sounds very nice actually. Although I feel like the order should actually be tied F actually. Might as well do that. G and then leading tone B. Actually, instead of that, I don't really like how it ties over. Just just go up to an F like that. Yeah, that sounds better. Let's listen to it again. And it sounds very nice actually. Let's just conclude it with, well, not the whole piece of course, just conclude the section with just that. And if we bring that there, and then just those final 3 notes. That will introduce the piece. Very nicely, like that. Okay, let's save that. We'll call it Christmas for now. Christmas piece, actually, to be precise. Okay, yeah. Anyway, I'll just play it through it one more time, and then I'll talk, and then we'll end. Yeah, again, it sounds very nice. And I'm liking how that sounds. That's the preview it shows, okay. Anyway, yeah, that's it for now. Yeah. Also in terms of the project and how that's going very well. There's 5 more pieces left. I'm actually going to be doing requests, so once I release the requests, once I say the requests are open on Twitter, then yeah, you can just state a genre, any type that you'd like me to take on, and yeah, and I'll try and do that, and I'll let you know if I do take your request. Of course, musical auditions are still open, so if you want your work to be featured in the project, then that's the best way to go about doing that. And yeah, anyway, that's it for now, so thank you all for watching, and see you all in the next video. Goodbye for now.